up guys, Less One of a Kind here, and for today's video I'm gonna do some kind of like app review of what it is like to be living with a Camaro SS. As far as you guys know, this is my daily summer driver and pretty much the point with the channel. And I had actually a few persons ask me what it was like to be living with a V8 Sport Coupe. I had the car for about 4 months now, so yeah, about 4 or 5 months. So I thought that maybe now I could do a video about what it is like to live with it. To begin with, I wanted to say sorry about how dirty the car is. I myself, I work right next to a stone crushing place, so dust get on it all the time. So no matter what I do, the car stay clean for like 1 or 2 days and then back to fully dusted. So I guess we'll, since I'm out here driving, we'll begin with the interior. Really there isn't much. I mean, this is a 2 SS with the RS package, which basically, and the L99 engine and 6L80 transmission, which basically means that I just get the little gizmos. To begin with, I get those nice little, pretty much to begin with, everything here, it's all plastic, like no matter where you touch, it's all plastic. So that's maybe a down point, except for the handbrake. The handbrake is leather, and so is the steering wheel. But I really like the two-tone that I get, and at night here, this little stripe here light up, and that's really cool. It's kind of a light blue, kind of like in the dash right now, and I forgot my indicator. Second thing is the gauges, which I really like. They have that kind of like depth, hollow thing to it, and the numbers are big. You don't like, I don't even really need to look down to know my speed and whatnot, because the numbers are so big that just by looking up with my peripheral whatever vision there, I'm able to see it. The digital cluster, pretty clean, easy to read. You have your gear, or as for mine, I'm in sport mode, mileage, and where you are in the city. And you can have whatever formation. You have a little knob here, you just turn it, shows different little gizmos. And you have a little button here on the front to show you more vehicle information, speed warning, coolant, oil remaining, tire pressure. I myself, I usually got it at coolant temperature. The steering wheel, while you can't see it, these, I don't know if you could, but anyway, I just assume you can't. I got 2 paddle buttons in the back here, but these are not your shifters. No matter what you do, they don't do anything. You have 2 little buttons just as big as my thumb, I guess. I don't know why I'm pointing at this. I guess it's because I'm using this finger. They're just as big as my thumb, and it gives a pretty stealthy look to that pedal shifting thing. The steering wheel itself is really nice. I myself really like the kind of way that it goes in. I know this steering wheel was changed in 2012 for a more modern and normal steering wheel, which I didn't like, because this gives a much more old school muscle car feeling to it. And you got all these people passing me, because now you guys are going to think that I'm going slow, but this is construction, and this whole stretch here is 70 kilometers an hour. Anyway, I really like the way Camaro is embedded in it. The little chrome circle give it a nice little touch. Here I got all my cruise control options. On this is all my phone and radio. They also gave a nice little touch here. You got the SS right here. And the steering wheel itself felt pretty solid, pretty good feeling. You know exactly where your wheels are. The only thing is, living mostly in a city, the pavement get kind of like clumsy, and you got these like kind of lumps and I guess all those cracks and like the kind of line that it does. With this car, for some reason, it will follow those little cracks and lumps and whatnot. So you really have to hold on to your steering while you're traveling. If you're just having like a loose grip, your car is gonna swerve back and forth. And I think that happened earlier in the video. But anyway, that's the thing, is it kind of shocked people at first, but eventually you get used to it and it just becomes normal. Like when I get back into, say, my brother's car, which I have like zero feeling to the steering wheel, it feels really weird. It also nicely leather bolstered and got some nice little stitches. And you got those kind of like pistol grips here. I don't know if you can see it. Perfect. At least for my hand, it's perfect. But if you hold it here, you get those kind of like Lego hands where you have to hold the steering like this. Might be a downside for some people. On top of the dash itself, really, there's nothing big. I got a vent here, upper vent for the defrost, one speaker. That's pretty much it. Another vent over there. Now let's say for the radio, it's pretty plain radio, but your volume, power, menu, and then all your fav, seat, phone, CD, blah blah. It's all pretty simple and it's not hard to understand. Climate control, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think I have a dual climate control. It's pretty straightforward. Your fan speed, your fan temperature, and then you got your options for where you want it. Heated seats in the middle, same for the passenger. AC, recycled, defrosters. This is your door lock unlock, as I don't have anything on the door itself. And your hazard. And on the door, really, like, you got your handle back here, and you got your windows right here. That's pretty much it. Window control, mirror control, I mean. Down there, I'm gonna take off the glass to show you guys. Down there, I got my gauges, which is transmission fluid temperature, oil pressure, and volt. Got my automatic shifter here. Since I'm gonna come to a dead stop, I'll be able to show you guys. So you got traditional park, reverse, neutral, drive, and M, which this one is actually should be an S for sport, because as long as I'm just in sport and I don't touch the paddles, it won't go into paddle mode, and it will just shift itself automatically. If you don't push it, it just drives like it was in drive. So that's why I never put it in there. As I said in I think my very first video, you don't put it in there. And I know the transmission, when it feel bigger G's and whatnot, it goes and shift firmer and all the gears longer. The glove box really just decent size, can fit a little bit of things in there. That's pretty much it. Got those nice little map pockets on the side, but really they're just for a small map because you can't hold a whole lot of stuff in there. I got two cup holder here, one shallow and one that cannot hold fuck all. I usually just put my phone in there for the charger. You got your traction control off. If you hold it, you go into race mode, and you got an outlet right here for a 12-volt accessories. So for these sun guard here, there's nothing really, little mirrors. That's pretty much it. It's really small, like even if I try to block anything, it's not gonna block fuck all. Your dimmer lights, your OnStar microphones. This is a sunroof. If you just tap it once, it opens like that, and then if you hold it, it can go all the way up. Then you have to hold it back, put it back. This is basically your lights for your passenger seat belt, and that's pretty much it. These things, I think they're for the garage if you have the option. I don't think mine does. Leg rooms is actually pretty nice. I'm 5'9" and I got no problem with the way I'm sitting. The seats are absolutely fantastic. I mean, I went for a 4-hour ride nearly, and my back never even complained of one moment. And one of my buddies that I ride with along said the same thing. His back was fine the whole ride. Alright, I had to come to a complete stop for me to show you guys the rest. I mean, can't really show that when I'm driving. So these are the seats. Nice old bolster on the sides. They really hold you in place. I really like the stitching of the SS on the headrest. Adjustable, obviously. There's a handle behind. Pull on it right here, so you can move the seats. Sadly, they're not automatic. When you want to pull the seats, you still have to use that little levers on the bottom, and this one at the same time. Backspace, really, I mean, you can't really get anyone in there unless they're like 5 foot and minus, and even then, you got a nice little armrest though if you can get someone in there. There's nothing, no armrest in the middle here. Seat belts are short. Roof line is actually pretty low. I mean, you guys can pretty much see at the roof right now. And now I'm just gonna go and shut that down. So the seats are still pretty deep. I mean, I always carry a vest around here, and that's pretty much what they're for. But yeah, you cannot really seat anyone in there. So, alright, so as for this little compartment here, I usually store stuff like I got my GoPro, I have my glasses lens, I have my wallet, and I have my iPod. I mean, it's still somewhat useful, not super deep, but it's better than a lot of cars that I've seen. You got your USB plug port here, and you have a auxiliary right on the bottom, and you have another 12 volt right around here. That's pretty much it. Here's a better look of the interior from another perspective. Oh, I forgot to say, back visibility is null. There's none. There's one thing also about the pedals. As you can see, they put a little plate over there because they know people are going to scuff their feet against it for it being so close to the transmission wall. But otherwise, the pedal placements are pretty good, and I really like it. In the door, this is the trunk release. This is the handle. As I say, you got a speaker here, frameless window. And when you close it, if you look at it, it goes down and up by itself. As I say, the car is really dirty. We'll show you the trunk space. It's not super large entrance, a little bigger on the inside. On myself, I got this net here, carry a bunch of stuff, freaking car wash products, pretty much, like little electronics, valve gate and whatnot, my water bottle, my GPS, a spare vest, little rim brushing wheel, I have toque, there's another more detailing stuff, carry a coat, sleeping bag, a chair, and the seat can actually fold down. I don't know if you guys can see, this is where my speakers are. The problem with this design is eventually they'll rattle because they're attached straight up to the plate. So I guess the plate eventually flex and everything rattle when you put a lot of bass. You have your trunk exit here for when you're stuck inside and someone tries to kidnap you. That's pretty much it. The only thing I really wish is that I have an handle to close the lids, as I hate putting my hands on the spoiler, which this car have. You have the nice little SS badge placement right there. This is your backup lights, backup sensors, which this car definitely need. Could definitely use a backup camera. This is a diffuser. These are aftermarket mufflers that I got from Borla. As you guys can see, the wheel arch line up right with the mirror. So most of your mirror is just the hip of the car. To get your gas tank, there's no button or anything. You push on it and voila. These are the 20-inch RS package wheels with Brembo brakes. Got nice little fake grills in it. Add a nice little touch. I really like this body line right here that goes up to the front wheel. These are the mirrors. These I had it by myself because the visibility is none, and this helped me do my blind spots. Nice old Camaro badging on the side. Standard wiper, squirter right here. Your amber lights. The hood got a nice little stripe decal, which I wish they would have kept going on the top, because that was now to go all the way here, stop here, and go back once in the trunk lid. Sunroof, as I showed you guys, shark fin antenna. Little nice air vent, even though it's fake, for my non-Camaro friend. This is the difference between the V8 and the V6 from the exterior standpoint. Halo lights from the RS package with projectors lights. This is your turn signal, the horn is right here. Nice little Chevy badge encased, which is pretty big. SS badge placement. The fog lights are not fog lights, they're actually my running daytime lights, and they only come up during the day. I really like how wide the grill is. It's not too wide, it's not too small. The lip give it a good, nice, aggressive stance. And to open up the hood, you come here. Hood come with automatic lifters, even though this one seemed to be kind of slow, so I just kind of push it myself. Little Mustang getting excited right there. So everything is pretty neat. I mean, fuse, the batteries in the trunk, I forgot to show you guys this. I think this is the SEM strut, obviously, my intake box, washer fluid, obviously the big 6.2 liter V8 big block, small block, my bad, from GM. Usually there's a cover on it. I myself plan to get a relocation kit for all the wires and whatnot. As I say, the engine, it's pretty dusty. The airbox, power steering fluid, your brake fluid, if I recall correctly. As you see, this is I never even opened that before, so I'm just not gonna fucking mess with it and break it. Actually I will, never mind. So just basically get a boost, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, this is the L99, and when you close the hood, simply lay it down, little push, and voila. So what it is like to live with this on a daily basis, it's pretty fun. That's something I got to admit. I wouldn't trade out this car drive for anything else. I mean, well, maybe a Lambo or Ferrari, but I mean, for being an American muscle, I really enjoy it. The thing really, I mean, visibility is poor. Obviously you get a lot of well, it's not that bad. I mean, I get 13 liters per 100 clicks, which is about 18 miles to the gallon. But I mean, obviously it consumes a lot of fuel being a V8. The pedals, you have to be really touchy with them, because the gas, if you just touch it just a bit, you'll fucking go flying, and if you press the brake too hard, you'll fucking nosedive the car, and you might end up being rear-ended by the guy that was not expecting it. The ride it's very firm, but not too bad. The body roll is not. It's still there because the car still weighs about 4,000 pounds, but otherwise it's pretty good. As I said, visibility, if you get too close to the light you cannot see them because the roof line is so low. One annoying fact about the automatic transmission, well, not the automatic transmission itself, is the engine, the L99, come with DOD or cylinder deactivation, and when it go on, it makes this kind of like really grouchy noise because I have an aftermarket muffler, and it sounds like the engine is choking up. But otherwise it gets some little attention there and there. I mean, it's no exotic, but I'm in a city where you mostly see Kia Fortes, Toyota Corollas, Honda Civics, and all those kind of little economy car. So when someone sees someone with a big sports car, they tend to look at you. And in all honesty, I enjoyed that at first, but after a while, like, you kind of like ignore it. Like, you don't see those people anymore, and some people tend to wave at you, and you don't wave back, and you look like a rude little fucker to them. By the way, I forgot to tell about the engine specs. As far as I know, I'm making 400 horsepower and 400 foot-pound of torque. The transmission, the 6L80, if I recall, is a single clutch, 6-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifter mode, which give pretty firm shifts. And when you're in paddle shift and you downshift, the engine will rev match with the transmission itself. But definitely this car is more of a GT, where you don't want to cruise on highways and whatnot, and it doesn't like the city all that much. The transmission is jerky when you're at low speed, and as I say, for the pedal, it just want to go all the time, compared to at high speed where everything is smooth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review / living with the Camaro SS, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Have a good one. Peace. Ouais, comme tu dis.
Tu le vois des fois,
Ouais.
avec, ça s'en va, whatever the fuck ça tente. C'est ça, avec ta gaz, 80 gaz. Faut que tu t'es là. Non, c'est bon. Ok, tu vas juste la mettre dedans, puis. On va par là, sur l'autre bord.
Elle était plus solide que ça.